Okay guys, just had a couple of questions regarding the chart layout. Someone's got themselves into a bit of a pickle and they found themselves with the with the actual candle chart between the Fu Manchu and the Wadar. So if we look to the right over here, we've got arrows, so we can move the pane up and then the problem is solved. So it's the same if you wanted to, let's say we want the Wadar up there, for instance, we can move the Wadar up, or we can then move the Wadar down. I've normally got it arranged like this. So, and then as we know, we can move the indicators like this down or up to give us more size to see the actual chart itself. So that's that particular little tip. And then we've got one or two other little things for you. If you look over to the left hand side, there's tools that I use quite often, which is, the arrow. As you can see, there's a trend. You've got all sorts of tools here: arrow, trend line. These are the two I mainly use, and I've marked them as favorites. You can switch them on and off here. Okay, now there's other ones that I use all the time, which is text. I can mark that as a favorite, which is great. There's another one down here which I use all the time, long position. I'll mark that as a favorite. Short position, where you can measure the actual stop loss and take profit areas, so I'm going to put those on as well. And once you do that, then you can get them all shortcutted at the top here, and they'll appear. So once you decide what you want to use, then you can have them as a shortcut, which will save you, a few seconds every time you do it. And then if you go to the bottom down here, you'll see there's a favorites on and off. So if it's in the way of your chart or anything, you can turn it on and off, and you can see it going on and off as I switch it. So that's that particular one. Then we've got another one here, which is a measurement tool. I use this quite a lot actually. And then if you click on the measurement tool here, and then you want to see what your distance is between the 200 EMA and where we are now, we can see we're currently 0.81 away percentage wise from that particular area. And then let's say, for instance, we want to project forward. We can see that the trend line is moving up. Now that may change. We've got news this afternoon, so at the moment we don't know whether it's going to continue to move up, because if this 200 EMA is representative of the previous 200 15-minute candles, if we get a downturn here rapid, that'll start to level off. So that measurement tool is quite handy, and we can see that from the 200 to the top where we got last night, we had a 1.35% increase in price, and since then, as we can see on the bar, we've got 11 hours since that high occurred, 1.37%, and we're down a little bit. We're down 0.6% since then over that sort of 11-hour period. So that's another one that you might find helpful. And then we've got on the right hand side, this is something that you can quickly access. There's a news tab. If you click on that one, then it'll tell you the latest news. So the one that Vahid uses is great, and I use that all the time. We can get the news from there, but if we want to sort of monitor what's going on a minute by minute basis, then you can see stuff that's been more recently released. So that's the news feed. And then if we double click on these, we go back to default, and you remember this one here, this is where you can put all your favorites. So you've got your markets here. If you wanted to reduce that a little bit to give you a bit more room, you can do. There's a line there, and obviously you know how to add to your favorites by clicking that button, and then you can add with the symbol here. Once you've chosen your stop, you can just click the add button. So anyway, hope that's been helpful, and good luck trading today, especially with the news coming in.